What's going on out there, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Caveman Mods. Today on this episode, we're going to show you a little bit of what I've completed on the dash and the header panel up here. Got the stereo in, got all of the speakers in up here by the dash. I got the biggest majority of the dash put together. Still not completed with it. I have to take some of it apart, finish putting the rest of it back together and all, but I'm going to make a new dashboard or brain fart glove box. I got to make a new door for my glove box and a couple other things. But as we sit right now, I'm going to give you a little sneak peek, and then I'll show you some of the things we had to do to get to where it's at. So do me a favor, stick around, comment, share, like, subscribe, tell your friends about me, and without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so that's where we're at with the dash so far. Don't pay any attention to this little bit of mess down here. You know, all that cover that goes over the steering column will cover everything there. All that wire is going to get tucked all back up in the dash. Of course, the fuse panel is going to go back where it belongs. And I got all this plastic trim that goes along the bottom of all this to go back in place. You can see that we've already put some sound deadener on the floor. Unfortunately, I ran out. I've got some ordered. Should be here within the next few days. Don't worry about the mess on the floor. Just trying to get cleaned up for the night. It is dark outside. You can see out that little window right over there. It's dark out, so yeah. Got my antenna on the truck too. It's just a little cheap K40 that I got on there for actually the stereo, which I'll show you here in just a second. But yeah, the AM FM radio is actually running off that antenna. And of course, on this antenna that's going to be over here, I don't have it yet, but I run a Browning on my truck, or at least for my CB. So that's what we're going to put over there on that side when it's ready. Yet to put my door panel on this side, finishing up the box that goes on the bottom for my little pocket that goes in the door. The first one I made, it didn't turn out the way I liked it, so my father's out there working on it now. Trying to get a little bit of stuff wrapped up back here in the back. Got my pedals off the floor. As soon as we finish the putting all the sound deadener on the floor, which we only got one layer down now, we're going to put a second layer on top of this, so it'll be double sound or double insulated, just like it is back here in the back in the bunk. And we're going to start putting the hardwood floor. We're going to lay 3/4 inch tongue and groove hardwood floor in the front, I think. That's where we're at right now with it, because the way I have to do it, my walls are going to go up. So my tongue and groove hardwood, or even if I decided to use plywood, needs to tuck under this blue insulation, because the way I'm doing it is I need to take that angle iron right here and mount it to the hardwood that's going down here. Simply because the wall that I put up in this area and on this wall and all the walls need something to be affixed to down here at the bottom. So that piece of angle is going to work perfect, but it has to be attached to the floor. So the floor has to go in before the walls can. So, but once that's finished, the cab will pretty much be completed. You know, of course, I still got the rest of this to finish up here. All the wiring is, like I said before, 99% done. I got all the lights hooked up and everything right now. Unfortunately, the lights that went in this strip that I did the last video on how to, well, not my last video, but I did a video on how to customize your switch panel, and yeah, I ripped that LED light. I screwed it up. But I will tell you that it looked great when it was working, so I'm going to figure out how to get that back where it was. You know, I'll just probably run a new set, but got all my switches in, got all my little switch plates and everything on. For the time being, I'm not going to have a gauge right here. I may just put a dummy gauge in, but I don't really see the point. Unless, you know, I got lights from this. When I put this, I'm going to have to put a new strip LED in here. So when I do that, you know, if it shines through this hole over here, then it's going to be distracting. I may go ahead and put a dummy switch or a dummy gauge in here. But I'm gonna hop back here in the bunk again because I want to show you guys what this, I call it a header panel. I don't know what it's really called, but I'll show you what it looks like. And give you kind of a full view of what it looks like in here. Don't mind that piece right there. It's going to get painted black along with the one that goes over there. And I know that that's off. Sorry. That's off right there around that. And I did that for a reason. For the time being, I'm going to put a smaller CB that'll fit in that hole. I'm probably going to put a striker in there. And I'm going to put a wood trim panel all the way around it to cover up that lip. The reason it looks like that is because if I do want to go with a bigger radio, like a General Lee that I have, or a Connex 3300 that I also have, I can always trim around that right in there to where that radio will fit. So that hole was actually made to fit the Connex 3300. But that's why that looks that way. Like I said, there's going to be a piece of wood or a trim panel that I'm going to make to fit over that where you won't see. But yeah, we got a doubled-in stereo there, 6.5 door speaker over here, 5 1/4 there. Sorry about that, my finger keeps messing up the focus, but same on that side. These two little spots there and there. I was going to put tweeters in there. As of right now, I'm not even going to deal with it. You know, I'll do that later in due time. But the way this sets, you know, you can see my visor. It sets perfectly flush with the visor, so that it doesn't drop below. Well, I guess maybe if you're up this way, it probably drops just a hair below, but it's nothing that's going to really obstruct your view. As a matter of fact, that's a 13-inch drop visor. You know, you could put a 14-inch drop visor and still be legal. I'm going to actually put tint along the bottom edge of this window. That way you can't really see the front lip of the dash because it's not as pretty as the rest of the dash is. You know, I mean, I tried my best to get it nice and smooth and paint it up really good, but it's got a couple pits in it and it's not the prettiest, especially around the air vents that are right there and right here. Not the chrome one right there. But yeah, the two air vents that go for the windshield, they're not the prettiest. I didn't get it the smoothest, so we're just going to leave it alone and run with what we got because at the end of the day, like I said, this truck needs to be on the road immediately making money. So as soon as I get it running, you know, I'm going to swap the injectors out. I got the wrong injectors in the motor. I'm ordering them this week actually, and in the next week or two, I'll have them put in the truck. So hopefully by the end of this month, I'll have this thing on the road. So I'm praying that I get it there, and if not, well, maybe the week after, but we'll see. That's my plan. I'm going to do everything I can to stick to it, and that's basically all I have to tell you at the moment for the dash. I'm going to flip a few of these switches on and go out here and show you what all my lights look like, so you guys can kind of get an idea of what this truck is going to look like at night. And, you know, if you see me coming down the highway, well, you'll know who it is. So I'll get these switched over real quick and we'll go from there. All right, so got you back up here. Well, that one's on. So I'm going to let you know these two right here that, well, the cruise control used to be down here. And these two right here, I believe were my air windows. I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to go back and look at my reference pictures to find out, but these two are where my windows are going to go, and of course my air lines all go here. I don't have any of the air hooked up going to this just yet because at the moment, with the way I got the wires set up, I can pull it out a good distance to sit back and actually work on it. And the tag that goes on this, I've got to find. It's in my little box of where all my chrome was, so I'm going to get in the bottom of it and find where that goes. But one other thing I wanted to point out to you guys, the gauges that I have, or the bezels that I have on these particular gauges here, my speedometer and my tach, are not the same gauges, or the bezels, I don't know why I'm calling them gauges, but they're not the same bezels as the rest of these. I had the same for these, but the problem being that this is a Volvo gauge, the depth of this is actually deeper, and it wouldn't sit on there. It would only go down about that far, and it was sitting off and it just looked like crap. So I went and picked up a different set of these, which created another problem. So the lights that go in this didn't want to fit because the bezel was too close to that. So I had to trim the edges of these to get them to fit. And of course, I didn't trim them 100% right, the right angle, but yeah, whatever. It'll be fine. Not worried about it. I got to find a pocket that goes here. You know, there's supposed to be a little pocket that slides in here. I need to find it. If anybody has one or know anybody that has one, let me know. If not, I'll just hit up a junkyard and get one soon enough. But I ain't worried about it right now. That's something that I'm not concerned about. And same with this. You know, I don't have the ashtray that goes in this, but I'll get it soon enough. But as we are right here, I'm going to go ahead and turn this light off behind me so it'll be dark for a second. And unfortunately, like I said, the lights that went in here, I ripped the wire out of the end of that strip LED I put in there, so now it's not working. But also, I don't have all the lights. This is all temporary because I'm not finished in the dash, but I just kind of got it up out of the way. That way we can finish the floor. Let's see, the freaking the lines that run up to my windshield wipers, I've got to get re-ran because they were leaking. The one that was on this side just had a hose running through it, and the one that was on this side over here was broke. So yeah, I ordered 2 new 45-degree elbows that had a prong on both ends to, you know, hook 1/4-inch air line, water line, whatever. Yeah, it just slides over. You know, it's kind of like a barb on both ends. So to run it through the firewall or bulkhead, I don't know what that is that's up there, but it's, I guess, the top of the firewall, that piece that, you know, dips down on it. You know what I'm talking about. Anyways, so I'm gonna get these flipped on here and show you what my lights look like from the outside. So there's my headlights, and I don't know if you can see how bright those suckers are, but they're pretty bright. All right, so I'm gonna turn those off for a second. And these are just my fog lights. Well, heck. Oh, I forgot. Hold on a second. I gotta have my switch on. So, there you go. That's just the fog light on just from the bumper. And then on top of that, those are my headlights. Like I said, hold on, I had to get that off for copyright infringement. You know, there's music on the radio. I don't have all these lights going right at the moment. And yeah, as I see, I do get some lights coming out of that. But like I said, I don't have all the lights in the back of the gauges at the moment. Just a few of them. But that's what it's going to look like in here when my gauges are lit up. I got to get the rest of these all put in, and it's going to look good. That strip that went all along here, it looked the same way, and stupid me, I pulled it out a little too far, and yeah. But let's get the rest of these flipped on here, and I'm going to show you. That's my fuel. Like I said, I got all my lights. I don't know how good this video quality is going to be that it's dark in here, but these are all the lights right here, all these 5, and this very last one's going to be my fuel. And then all the rest of these are going to be hotline, whatever. You know, I went through all that in the video where I made that switch panel. So I'm going to close this door, pause this video, and hop outside and get right back with you. And there she is, guys. Like I said, the truck is dirty, needs to be cleaned. So let's please not worry about that. But as it stands right now, you know, of course I got my light in the breather, and then I got all the underglow going in the truck, and it wraps from under the hood actually all the way around to the back of the truck, all the way back here. Yeah, you can see them hanging down. I'm actually gonna finish attaching them all the way over to the center here. I'm gonna do the same on the other side. But that's what it looks like. All these lights right here, these little chrome panels that I got, you know, I got from a guy that I was working for. None of the lights that were in it worked, so I got all these lights think off online somewhere. I want to say probably eBay, but I'm not 100% sure. So anyways, I picked them up for a reasonable price. They're not the brightest, but they look good enough for me. Those are the lights on my mirrors. Of course, all my clearance lights up here. And I wanted to step back and show you guys how bright these headlights are, because man, they are serious. That's the low beam. It's, yeah, I may have to change up what I was going to originally do, try to get this at an angle where you guys can see, but it's, yeah, I don't know if the camera will focus. Anyways, so just this center row, 3 in this side, 3 in this side, and then there's a little strip that runs down here and right there on both sides. As a matter of fact, these strips that go right here, they're only supposed to be on when all the clearance lights are on, but I wasn't going to wire all that up that way, so you know, why not utilize them as headlights as well. And like I said, that's just the low beam. And yeah, the fog lights down here, that puts out some good light. You know, the only thing I don't like about a Peterbilt is the fact that the normal factory headlights, you can't see a dang thing. So, I mean, I'll even flip you around over here, and it dang near looks like daylight over here. It's pretty serious. Show you what this side of the truck looks like. Now, I'm gonna let you know ahead of time that I don't have a breather light in this side, so just get you flipped around. But I do have all the underglow, everything on this side working. Just don't have that breather light right there. So I will flip this to, like I said, it's on low beam right now. And you can see how bright that is. It's pretty serious. But there's high beam. Oh, if I can find the switch here. Yeah, high beam is even brighter. So, of course, it's supposed to be. Now, go ahead and give them my 4-ways going so you guys can. Well, for some reason my turn signal ain't working up here on the door. I gotta figure out what's going on with that. Not a big deal. But turn signal here is flashing. I switched every light in this truck to LED. So I just probably broke a wire off or something while I was messing with it. Now the only 2 lights I haven't switched to LED are these 2 right here. They're still incandescent. I'm gonna get them swapped over. I don't have my 4-ways on. I just got my left turn signal on. I'm gonna turn my turn signals on this side and whoa, almost dropped my phone. So I'm gonna turn my turn signal on this side and see if that one's working. I don't have these 2 lights on the back of the cab wired up. I disconnected them. I'm swapping them out because they're rounded on the back and they're actually protruding past where, you won't be able to see it, it's dark in here, but it's protruding past where the wall is gonna lay, so I won't be able to use that. But get that other side turn signal turned on and see if that side is working. Yeah, for some reason that turn signal's not working. Okay, I'll get that figured out, but yeah, that's where we're at for now, guys. Get that light turned, get you flipped around here. So that's where we're at for now. Sorry about all the screwed up lighting and everything, but just kind of wanted to give you guys a bit of an update where I'm at with this, and hopefully I'll be done soon. So like I said, wish me luck. You know, I'd love for you guys to say a prayer for me, like, subscribe, comment, and hopefully I get this thing done in the nick of time. To get those injectors in as soon as I possibly can. I'd love to give you guys sorry, something's going on here. I'll figure it out. Now that I turned all my lights off, that side over there is blinking. Huh. Okay, I know what I did. Not a big deal. I remember what I did now. But so yeah, I'm gonna get these all straightened out, and maybe in the next day or so. You know, it's Saturday. I still got Sunday to work on this, and Monday's Labor Day, so I'll get this all figured out. But anyways, guys, like I said, do me a favor. Like, subscribe, comment, share. Man, tell some people about me. You know, I'm trying to get some things done. Oh, before I go, actually, I got these lights figured out here. And I'll go ahead and show you what they're all about actually really fast. So let's click that off. And we'll get that light turned on. And this one. Oh, no. Let me shut this really fast because I don't want to put the bugs in here. But it's not a ton of light. So I'll let you know right off the bat. Here, I'll flip this around. I got little button LEDs you can see on this one. You know, it's nothing that I really put a lot of money, time, or effort into, to be 100% honest with you. I'm trying to get this truck done. I can't stress enough. I need y'all to understand that. But for now, that's plenty enough light. You know, I can see what's going on in this truck. It don't need to look like daylight in here. I got enough room to write my log books and everything like I need. So that'll work. Now, granted, that's if I need to do anything and any kind of work or whatever. But that side's blue. Same with this side. So I just got a little toggle, or a three-way toggle switch here. One side is white, the middle is off, to the right is blue. Of course, it's the opposite on this side. To the left is blue, middle is off, right is white. So, yeah, that's where we're at, guys. Like I said, do me the favor to like, subscribe, comment. Let's end this in blue light. So, do all that, and I'll see you guys on the next one. God bless you. Thanks for tuning in, and have a great weekend.